Alright guys, look who we got. Zackaroni.
What's up?
Zackaroni. Got the AC blasting. So we're gonna head to the park that we always go to. Just wanted to put a little some B-roll, some behind the scenes footage.
That's right.
So he looks good, huh guys? He looks good.
That's right.
So we're gonna hear what he's been up to. I've been out probably like the past week, 4 or 5 days, just cruising in the morning, same time, looking for him. Haven't found him, but he finally called this morning, so we're gonna see what's cracking, see what he's been up to. He said he's gonna shock me a couple times, so we'll see what that's about. But just want to say hi, guys. Any quick
just hello everybody.
Tell them what to expect without telling them. Like shocking type stuff, or
you know what? Just good stuff.
Okay, cool,
You know,
cool.
Good things.
Zack for 2028.
You know.
Or when's the next presidency? Zack for Zack for 2028.
2028.
President.
Oh yeah. Wouldn't that be something? Huh?
Hell yeah.
Me and Trump going toe to toe.
Trump will be your vice president.
Yeah, I'd be telling him what to do and he'd be listening. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
No, anyway, things are all good, people. Sometimes you just gotta, you know,
figure it out.
I was just rolling around, you know, pretty much doing nothing, you know, like just existed, you know. But I mean, existing well, you know. I'm not tore from the floor or beat from the feet, you know.
Look better than the last video.
Yeah.
You were on a sick one, the last one.
Oh yeah.
Do you even remember that?
Well, I remember the one where I was like convulsing and stuff.
Oh no.
Or no, when I was laughing and stuff.
Yeah, the last one.
Oh yeah.
Kind of giggled.
I don't think I ever seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna head to the park and get this video on. So I just wanted to shoot a little B-roll for you guys.
All right.
Some behind the scenes. We'll check in with y'all in a bit. Zack got some new shoes too.
Oh yeah, they're too small, but I got some.
Yeah. All right, y'all. See you in a bit.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace. This is one of the things that was gonna shock you.
Sheesh.
That's right.
Sheesh.
That's right.
Sheesh.
I'm going mobile. Keep me moving.
On the road again.
Over 50. Keep me moving. I'm just an AC gypsy.
What song is that?
It's by The Who.
Oh, okay.
Mobile. Going mobile.
All right, so go use the restroom and I'll get set up.
All right. Can I have a cigarette?
Yes, sir. Look at this pillow.
Oh, yeah. Probably coated in bed bugs.
I thought it was a real loaf of bread from when I walked up.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, brother?
Yeah.
Right, get you a cig.
When that place discharged me and they had their driver drive me to the gospel where they were wanting me to go, I guess, at 5:30 in the morning, they had him take me, and there was already 12 people in line. I was supposed to be there by like 3 o'clock, you know, in the morning. Yeah. People were already lining up by 3, and 5:30 was way too late, and they knew that. You know, they knew that. I don't know why they had that dude pick me up at 5:30. You know, when I realized that he was coming, that's when he was coming, I was like, what the heck?
What'd they say when they dropped you off?
Well, they just told me, I told them I'm not staying here.
Yeah.
You know, I said there's already more than 10 people, obviously. I counted 12, you know, and there was no reason to wait. So I was set up for failure for the get, you know.
From the jump, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to go in there. And they were supposed to find me a spot. They weren't supposed to tell me of a spot that I could go get myself into. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then not even give me a ride there in time to do it, you know? Like, that was all.
Did you get the feeling before you left, like they wanted you out? Like they like the vibe.
Yeah.
They just,
Yeah. Yeah, I did. And I can't understand why, because, you know, that's how they make their money.
Yeah.
You know, you'd think that they'd want to keep me as long as they could. Well, they lied to me, man. They didn't even put in for more time for me. And they lied to me and said my insurance was cutting me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They straight lied to me. And I knew something was wrong. I was going to start advocating for myself. That was one of the new things I was going to start to do.
Yeah.
And so doing that, I naturally called my insurance and found out the truth. Well, there's nothing to appeal, Mr. I said, what are you talking about? There's nothing to appeal. Nothing to appeal at all.
You were trying to appeal their decision?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they said there's been no decision. They didn't put in for more time for you.
Yeah.
They didn't request another week.
Do you think it was because you snapped on the main guy? I noticed here, let me I'm gonna check the audio on this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, sorry about that. I wasn't sure if I was gonna use the mics, so I just wanted to check the audio, but audio's fine. So what I was saying is, when you got on the medication, all that medication, I noticed a huge change in you, like your demeanor. It seemed like you were like irritable, like real irritable, just with all, because they had you on a cocktail.
They had me on medication that I hadn't been on in 4 years. That was my med list from 4 years ago when I did a stay at that hospital. Mm-hmm. And you were utilizing the old list and just saying here, and I'd been off those for a long time. So not only were they giving me oxys, and which are narcotics, but they were giving me benzos, which is really a no-no, you know, and they were giving me, you know, other painkillers, gabapentin or whatever. And then they were giving me Seroquel, which is an antipsychotic, and it's a big-time sleeper, you know. And I'm on methadone already, 150 milligrams. It's not cool to give me all that stuff on top of my dose. Some of it that they were giving me contradicts my dose, you know. Like my dose is contradicting to that. Why give me narcotics? You know, I mean, they could have given me Toradol or something anti-narcotic.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Toradol is the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
It works way better. It's the best painkiller I've ever had. And it's not narcotic. It's a man-made, you know, synthetic.
Yeah, I was surprised they were giving you opiates on top of your dose.
Yeah.
That's what surprised me.
And you know, they just... I wonder if they realized that they were screwing up, because they were killing my kidneys, is what they were doing. I noticed, you know, my bladder problem and everything was coming, or getting more. I was getting more aware of it because I was on so much. You know, it was like, wow, man, really, like it seems almost like they were trying to shut down my kidneys or something. You know. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't know what their motive for all that was. And you know, whenever I asked them, you know, they were just kind of leaving me in the dark. I was getting kind of a vibe. Maybe I was irritable, you know, or what. Seroquel is, like I said, an antipsychotic. And it's
just what I observed. Like, there was a huge change, and I saw one comment. Somebody said the same thing. Like, I noticed a change in him, or he changed. I'm not saying it was bad or anything. I just noticed a change in your demeanor. How do you feel now off all that?
Well, I came back and threw all those meds that they gave me in the dumpster right away. And they told me at my clinic not to do that. They said, you're going to need to wean off these. Yeah. And I said, no. I said, I don't want to take them. I don't want to be on them. I don't want to take them. So I just made myself real sick real quick, you know, to not do them anymore. Yeah. I didn't want to take them, and I didn't realize that I was taking all that in that place. They had my meds divided up morning, noon, and night, and I didn't realize that I was taking so much. 13 extra pills.
All at once, too.
Yeah, and you know, my kidneys were already like damaged, you know.
Did they start all those meds when you got to that place, or did they do that at the hospital?
No, when I got to that place, I believe, you know, it was a lot of meds, man, and I didn't realize I was taking all that.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I was wondering why I was so messed up. You know, I was just like, oh, you know, messed up.
Do you feel better now?
Yes, I feel better.
Do you think you need any, like, psych meds at all?
No.
Nothing? Okay.
No, I think psych meds are terrible.
I was thinking
They're
inside,
bad.
bro, I don't even know if I told you this, like, as crazy as it sounds, like, I liked you personally prior to, I liked, like, you personally before all the meds, you know, and I noticed a huge change. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just, you were just
Well,
different.
if you stockpile anybody with all that medication, they're gonna have some differences that, you know. I mean, they're not going to be the same.
You didn't seem happy on those meds, personally.
I was so drawn out, just
You
just
seemed
so
more happier, like mentally and whole demeanor, vibe-wise, before you went to that place. When you're on the streets, you know what I mean? Like you seemed happier. Like it was more of a pleasant experience and more cheerful.
Well, for the record, I wasn't happy. I have not been happy in years, and the reason is mostly my own fault. It is what it is, you know. I'm not going to sit and try to figure it out. I'm going to just put it behind me.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
100%.
I do know that I don't do good on all those psych meds.
Yeah.
And I don't, you know, I'm just...
Is it a thing of finding what works? Like different type meds?
Yeah, none of them work, bro.
Yeah, for you?
None of them work. You know, they take the person that you are and bury it.
Yeah.
You know?
So since you say you have schizophrenia,
I do have episodes.
Is that something you could manage without meds?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be all Seroquel'd out, bro.
And your episodes, I guess long story short, what are your episodes like? Paranoia?
Yeah. Fear, paranoia, uncertainty, doubt, you know, all that.
How long do they last? Your episodes?
Sometimes 12, 15 hours, you know.
What do you do?
Weed.
Okay. Chills you out?
That's the best medicine in the world for me I could take. If I smoke some weed, all of a sudden I start thinking rational. Wait a minute, I was thinking crazy. Okay, I start seeing the light a little bit, and I don't know. Weed's always been the best medicine for that for me, and I've always praised it long before the medical marijuana era. You know, I mean, when it was really illegal, I had to have it.
And they use it for so many things, depression. There's specific strands, as you know, for like diet or appetite. I mean, mental health, anxiety, like different strands.
Yeah, and that's the best medicine for me. You know.
Yeah, as long as that works.
That's the best medicine for
me. As long as
me.
you're comfortable inside, you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it's like to have an episode, and that sounds really.
Oh, it's terrible. I went to one time, and a friend of mine's, and I told her, I said, there's people after me. I said, they're trying to kill me, and I said, they're around every corner. Yeah. I said, no matter where I go, they're there, and they're waiting, you know. Like, I said, I don't know what I did, and I don't know why they're doing it, but I said, they are. And I started crying. I was hysterical. And 10 or 15 minutes later, you know, she made me leave, and go out and face it. And I was so mad at her. I was furious, you know.
Yeah.
I just it's a really lonely, sad, nasty, terrible, ugly feeling,
Yeah.
you know. And it's uncertainty at its highest, you know. Yeah, uncertainty at its highest, for real. I
Should we get into like what you've been up to?
Yeah.
Like the past week?
yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
you after the last interview. I saw you one time. That's when we were just chopping it up on the sidewalk, and then I think it's probably been about a week or so since.
Yeah,
seen you.
I forgot your phone number,
Yeah.
to be honest. And you know, I knew it, and it was there, but so all of a sudden, it wasn't there. You know.
Yeah. So how you been feeling since I saw you last?
You know, that liver treatment's taken a lot out of me. It really is.
Really?
Yeah, it's got some side effects. You know, like it does. Not so good ones. You know. But I mean, it's fixing a problem that was going to kill me.
Yeah.
You know, I was well on my way to biting the bullet. You know,
Yeah.
from that, and it was going to take me out. If I wouldn't have got the treatment, I was done. I was done within a year.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have lived another year. So that was a real good move on my part to jump through those hoops again after 2 failures. You know, I jumped through those hoops again. I have, for the most part, I did. You know, I was back in the elements that I was in before, and I was around people and things and places. You know, and you know, I at first I guess I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that anymore or not, and right when I did it I realized that I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And my opinion hasn't changed. I've been very good for the most part, you know. I'm not perfect, and I did have to go back out, I guess, a little bit to realize that that's not where it's at, and that's not what I want for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what I want to do. I don't want any part of it. I never did have fun doing it, and I did not have
Yeah.
fun, just like I knew that I wasn't going to.
Like, I know exactly what you're talking about and what you mean by, you know, how to go back out and experience everything again, all over again, just to realize certain things.
I did it on a much more reasonable level,
Yeah,
though.
tamer.
Like,
Wow.
yeah, oh yeah. Like once I wouldn't even, I would take a couple hits off a pill and give the rest away, you know.
Like, real quick, for the people who are non-addicts and stuff, could you expound on that real quick? Like why, or why we have to do that, or why it, quote unquote, might be a thing to do that? Like a reminder?
Well, because maybe you need to be reminded.
Mhm.
Maybe you haven't gotten it through your head yet
Yeah.
that it's really not what you want, you know. And if you're thrown back out into the element that you were in, you know, the old stomping grounds, people, places, things, you know, being around it and everything, you know, I just,
It's like a reminder you ain't missing anything.
yeah. And I needed to go out and do it again because I needed to see that, yes, it's just as I thought it was.
Mhm.
Definitely not fun for me. I definitely do not like it. I never did. And I was just a slave to it. I was a slave to it. And I can honestly say that I'm not a slave to anything right now, except maybe my methadone,
Yeah.
you know, and that's a necessity. It's better than the alternative, you know, much better than the alternative.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say I have found myself, I am. This is Zack. This is the real me.
Yeah.
This is the real guy. You know, I'm not all diminished
Yeah.
by poison.
It's amazing how resilient the body is. Huh? Like,
Oh, my leg is just unbelievable.
there was one comment that was really dark that came in that I saw. I didn't even respond to it. It said, I don't even know if I should touch on it. It's just like really negative.
Go ahead.
They said it's a shame how they take all the good ones and the bad seeds stay, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty dark. Pretty dark comment.
They take all the good
All
ones.
the good people and leave
Oh,
all the bad ones, or something.
I don't know. In other words, meaning I'm one of the bad ones.
I think that's what they're implying. It's
Well-
amazing. It's amazing. And I really doubt they have any experience with addiction, because they wouldn't be saying that.
You know
wouldn't
what?
be saying that. They're probably on the couch.
I don't even have anything to say to that
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just will say, beat.
Yeah.
Some things are better left unsaid. I will leave that one alone.
Like, oh yeah, one last thing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
There's nothing we can say to
Take
get
that, sucker fish.
There's
you
nothing
know.
we can say to get it through their head. Because
Yeah.
they don't know what this is like.
Yeah. You know what? How about this? Come on a trip with me for the next week. You know, follow in my footsteps for the next week. You know, and I'll run you down through there. And when you're done, you'll have a different outlook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll have a different outlook. You know, I was sleeping on a concrete slab last night in front of a little church, and a security guard came up in his car and told me that I had to get off the property.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's how it is.
you know, it wasn't fun. It really sucked.
So you were on a different hood. You don't gotta say where, but like you were on a different hood for a minute. I guess that's why I couldn't find you.
Yeah, well, that was just this weekend. I was in the old stomping grounds,
Yeah.
pretty much, you know, here and there. I didn't know where to go, man.
Yeah.
I had nowhere to go, and I just couldn't get away from the loneliness and the homelessness and the despair. The ants
Yeah.
were eating me up every time I laid down, you know.
Every interview I've done lately, there's been ants
Yeah.
all over us. Yeah.
Yeah, I did walk from the Circle K on Fort Lowell to the Walmart on Grant behind my chair in one stretch.
Yeah.
You know, and that's progress. I'm trying to walk a little more, and I honestly believe I'll be walking soon. You know, there is progress being made, even though I'm not perfect. I've still made progress through everything.
Progress, not perfection.
I'm still way better than I was.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I was just talking with my counselor, and I'm thinking that actually I'm thinking about going back into today and giving them another chance to do this right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm ready to go in somewhere. I'm ready to further my
Care.
yeah, well, not my care, but my treatment. You know, I'm ready to further my brightening my future. You know, and it just didn't work out right last time.
I think the meds were a huge factor in everything.
They probably were.
Because there's no reason or no way, I don't think, I can't see you snapping on anybody like how you are now. You know, because you're able to communicate. And I think last time.
I'm assertive. I normally I'm assertive, and And, I can't say that for myself.
Like now, it seems like you're...
I would just laugh it off if somebody pissed me off.
Yeah.
I would laugh it off and say, okay,
It seems
whatever.
like you're more capable of healthier communication versus when you were on the meds.
Yeah.
All that cocktail. Because everything, it seemed like...
Dude, they had me on a lot of stuff.
It seemed like a huge inconvenience for everything. Like, for you,
Mm-hmm.
Like everything was...
Well, there's already a lot of uncertainty and doubt, in the back of my mind, like, oh, this isn't going to work, or I don't know about this, or well, I guess we'll try it, but I mean, I usually take everything with a grain of salt and can pretty much handle, things as they come, but being diminished by 13 psych meds on top of my methadone and everything. I didn't ask for that or want that, and I didn't even realize that it was happening.
Could you refuse those meds? Or could you...
I
anything
could,
else.
yeah. I didn't know I was taking them all.
But then there comes the factor of, oh, he's being defiant. This ain't going to work. If he's not on this meds, he's gone.
Yeah,
Politics of
there's
where you're at.
there's doctors that believe that you got to be on your medication and all that. I think that I don't think that that's so. Because I've outgrown those meds, and I don't think they worked for me back then, let alone now. And they don't go with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Maybe they could get you into somewhere else, that place down
Well,
the street.
so what I'm thinking of is this. I go back in to the hospital. I needed wound care, constant still. And I was really healing a bunch. I mean, like a bunch, And I was really impressed with it. And I still am, I'm all wrapped up right now properly and everything. And, I'm not being the way that I was being. I'm just not. I do care about myself, and I care about what people think now.
Yes.
And I do care about what people think,
Do you still have your stamps, your food stamps?
Yeah.
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 Because I know there'd be times where I blew my check, my food stamps were gone, so there's no way I could make money, and then from there I was like, I'm gonna go to rehab or something like that. There's like those type situations.
Yeah. See, for me, I don't know, man. I'm not that extreme about it, but I mean, I know when it's time to go, when it's time to do something. And one thing I've learned in the last couple weeks, I can't live like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to, I'm not going to, and I can't. I guess I could, but I'm not wanting to.
Yeah.
And it doesn't coincide with what I'm trying to do. It just does not,
Yeah.
Being thrown back into the same element, old stomping grounds and stuff, is not a good idea. And I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
I'm way too old for it. I just cannot do it.
Are you trying to go from the hospital to
Yeah,
like
but
a rehab,
I'm trying to go hospital into a place,
Mm-hmm.
where I can continue the wound care and stuff that I was supposed to continue, and heal the rest of the way. And then from the place, I'm supposed to go into a place again,
Yeah.
and not for them to just throw me any direction and tell me to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a thing called continuity of care, and they're supposed to actually do this, and they did not. They dropped the ball. So if I go back into the hospital and explain to them that, hey, it didn't work out, I was set up for failure, and I, even though I, for the most part, did not fail, I did pretty well. I still need to come back in and do this over, Because I don't want to stop healing, and I don't want that
Yeah.
to come back or get worse.
And on the bright side, you know what works. Because
Yeah.
you went from the hospital to a place, you know what works, what doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
So now you can strategize. You kind of know how the system works, how the staff works.
Well, I still can't figure out why I was lied to and all that, but
I think it was because that one incident.
it might have
Or it
been.
might have been a couple culmination, or who knows? I don't
know.
think we'll ever know.
Yeah, we'll never know. I don't need to know either.
Yeah, because if they don't want a person there, they don't have to tell the insurance, oh, he did all this. They could just select an option that's in the computer and be like, we're done here,
Yeah.
or he can't benefit from our services. Something as simple as that, without even going into it. But all that's behind you. Then you know what you feel you need to do or want to do, and just go from there, If it's not today, just ponder on it.
Well, it's got to be. It's got to be today. It's got to be. There's no better time than the present.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be procrastinating anymore like I used to, and I'm not going to keep myself out here on the streets in a bad element longer than I should or have, longer than I already have. I've rode this to the end, man.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to live like this no more. I don't want, without the homelessness, the are not feasible, or they're not workable. They never were, but they definitely are not, and I know that. And then without the homelessness and all that is not workable either.
Stay away from the powder too, bro.
Oh, of course. I never have messed with that.
I've seen some crazy shit, and I think the reason why they're tanking the blues or making weak blues is because whoever, powers that be, whoever that is, wants you to transition to the powder. And
that's what I heard.
That will kill you.
I was told that they want us to do the powder.
That will take everybody
take us out.
Quick. I wish I could show you everybody I interviewed that were on the blues and jumped on powder. They deteriorated like crazy, bro. Physically, like quick. Less than a year. They look like They look like they aged.
Dude, I've seen it myself.
Yeah,
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah. You know exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And what it looks like.
It's terrible.
It's gross. It doesn't look fun, too.
When I was on Black, none of it is fun.
When I was on Black, I smoked. I got some energy. Now
none of it is fun,
bro.
None of it is fun. This is all a nightmare. It's a nightmare in the making. It's an accident waiting to happen.
It ain't the same, bro.
It's no good. It's no good.
I used to go to bars with my friends that were in bands. We'd round up some girls, get hammered, go to the after party, just do our thing. Now you can't even fucking do that because there's powder in it. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it kills people. They're doing something they don't even know about.
I think you're doing a fat line and boom, you're out. So like, what happened?
Oh, lie.
They think it's a standard overdose, which it is,
Yep. Well, they're putting everything trying to jump people out.
Even weed, bro. Even weed.
Really?
Everything. Yeah.
Really?
So many reports of that. I've heard it personally from people.
What?
Even weed, dog. Just be careful. If you get weed, just be careful if it's from the street. Make sure it's like from an actual place, a reputable place.
Wow.
Crazy, bro.
I can't even imagine that.
It's an attack, like you said.
No, it is. It's an attack. It's to bring us down.
And I just don't see how it's allowed to keep happening. Do you think if the U.S. wanted to stop all that from coming in, they can, like in the border? I think they can.
Yeah. They're not wanting to. It's a plan. It's a conspiracy, bro.
I think they actually can.
There's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more to it than we are allowed to know.
I think we could actually stop bad people from coming in. I mean, the border's open. That's a whole different subject. But I think they could.
It's not open anymore, is it?
There's parts
now
of the
that
border
Trump-
that's open, like in Texas and Arizona. It's like incomplete. There's like gaps.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a whole different subject.
I thought they locked everything up tight when Trump took back over. I know that's his plan anyway.
I could be wrong, maybe, but I know.
Well,
last
China
time
is. I heard China is training the Mexicans.
Yeah.
They're going actually into Mexico, and they're training the
Chemists.
Mexicans into training them to, attack with that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy how we could buy compressors today. Isn't that crazy, bro? You could do some dope shit if you really wanted to.
Oh yeah, but you always could, I mean, there's always.
It's crazy. Obviously, I don't recommend people doing that, but it is just twisted, bro. It's a crazy time to be alive.
You know what? I'm scared.
Yeah, dog. I'm scared for people.
I'm scared too.
I'm scared for myself.
I'm scared for everybody too, myself included, and my children. I am scared.
Yeah. We all have bad days, and it takes a bad decision.
Sometimes people have bad days. Sometimes people have bad lives.
And bad batches.
All together.
Yeah, bad lives. Yep.
And that's how I feel. Mine was kind of pretty much. I was thrown into it, but then I ran with it, and mine was self-induced. I created, what I had, and it was what I knew, and I didn't know anything else,
I think that was this moment right now, I think that was one of the few times I've heard you take an accountability, like saying I had a part in your situation, That's awesome, bro. That's growth. And it's true. Like, we all have a part
It's
in our
very
lives.
true. Yes.
We're our main character.
Yes. You know what? I am the master of my destiny, and what happens is 90% my doing, 10% circumstance, and you know what? It's 90% what I make it.
I would say 1% circumstance, 99% us, because we have that choice.
Yeah.
And we have there's times when we're depressed and we kind of can't control it or shake it at that moment, but we have a choice on how we react to certain situations. But yeah, it's all whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, dude. Power of choice. And that's awesome, seeing the accountability, because we all have a part in our situations.
Yes, we do. We do. And I rarely go anywhere that I haven't taken myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, lately though, I find myself stuck in this bad element out here. And, I put myself here, I realize it, but I can't get out.
Yeah.
It's like, I cannot get out. I am.
You can get another one if you want.
I'm truly lost, brother. I'm truly lost. I am. I'm lost. And like I said, I don't even own a lighter anymore. I don't have a use for it.
Yeah.
The very minimal, did I go back out and mess around? Very minimally.
How are you lost?
How am I lost?
What does that mean when you say lost?
You know what? I'm stuck in Homelessville, and I want desperately to be out of it. I don't want to do it anymore. I cannot do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's time that I start making some things happen for myself, and like that day when I told you, you know what, when I'm done with my appointment at 10:30, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to procrastinate or BS nobody or nothing.
If you want to go, I'll take you. Bro.
Well,
go ahead. That's right across the street.
Be going today. Is that Nothing heard. No. Well,
It's always there, you know.
I
Just
could
don't think-
honestly tell you that I mean what I say.
And just don't think every time I see you, it's all about like what you're gonna do next. Are you staying clean, bro? I just want to make sure you're okay. Don't think
I
you
know
have
that.
to tell me these things.
I know that.
You know, I want everybody I interview to. I don't record every encounter with everybody I've interviewed before. I'm just checking up on you guys, like, seeing how you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody knows if they want to go, I'll take them. I don't pressure. Like, don't feel like you have to tell me that shit. You know?
I know you don't. And you know, if you ever did try to pressure me or anything in your own little way, it was for my own good. And I didn't take offense to it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't take offense to it. You know, and the comments that the people leave, you know, like, I don't quite understand that comment he left, but, you know,
it's just people on their couch.
You know,
Watching
whatever, and they're entitled to that.
Yeah.
You know, at least they've got a couch to do it from and everything. If they were looking at everything from my point of view, they would have a way different outlook.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. They're sitting on their nice, cushy couch in front of their big screen, you know, like and playing on their phone and stuff.
My phone is starting to go dim. I guess we could just wrap this up.
All right.
Is there? You said you were gonna shock me or something like that?
Well, I was gonna just show you the healing on my legs and everything.
You want to do that?
And
let's wrap it up with that.
Yeah.
If you want, we don't have to do it on video. It's up to you.
Well, we'll probably get it next one because I got it all wrapped up right here, and Allie wrapped me up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, if it's wrapped up,
I went to her.
Unravel it.
I went to her, and I don't know. I'm not really allowed to be hanging out over there either now. She's got somebody staying with her, and he's really jealous and stuff. So, but anyways, yeah, I will say that I've healed tremendously, and for the first time in years, I've seen progress.
The healing,
tremendous progress.
Do you think the healing is from not doing the blues?
Yes.
The beans, whatever.
Yes.
All that.
Yeah.
So from not using, it's clearing up.
Yeah. Yeah, and for the treatment I got in the hospital, but see, I need to go back to wound care, and they told me you're going to need wound care, and you need to be in a place to get it, you know. And I had every intention on getting it, but you know,
it's all right. It ain't over.
You know how that goes. They're not going to come see me here at the park or on the street corner or
behind
anything.
the store.
Yeah, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, that takes a little accountability, being in the right
But anyway, I'm real glad to see you, Daniel. I'm glad to talk with everybody, you know, and those people that wondered about me and cared and asked questions about me and stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm flattered, you know, and, you know, I'm still working on finding myself and finding the real me. And I'm doing it, you know. I'm just not in the right situation.
I normally get hammered with how Zack. They just post comments how Zack, like 3 to 5 days after our interviews. I normally get tons of those, but I think after the last video, kind of turned people off. They're like, all right, he's back to where he was at. So I only got like 3 of those comments this time, you know.
Yeah.
But I just want everyone to know it's not over.
No, you know, and see, just because I wasn't in the spotlight or in the picture doesn't mean that I wasn't doing okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't hiding out because I was doing bad.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself, actually. To be honest, I give myself props.
Awesome, buddy.
And I've done a lot better than I could have.
Yeah.
And I'm still wanting to do good. And I'm still going to be moving forward. You know?
Look a lot better. Good seeing you. Thanks for calling, brother.
Right on.
Yeah, so we'll check out. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll stay tuned.
Right on.
Over and out.
Over and out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna finish off this video with a little shocker. Don't say the place's name, but where are we going, dog?
Hospital.
Hospital bound.
Hospital bound.
This is your decision.
Yep.
And
of course. It's my decision. It's in my best interest and well-being. So,
giving it another shot. Cool thing is, on the bright side, you know how this works, and you know how this goes, all that good stuff. So you'll be good. So we just want to close out the video, man. Any final words?
Just happy 4th, everybody. Happy late 4th, and you know, happy days, everybody. That's all I could say.
All right.
You know, I'm moving forward. Not always as fast as I or anybody else might want, but I'm moving forward. That's what matters. All right. Nobody's perfect, man. I ain't perfect, and I don't know anybody that is. So.
Except for me, I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
We're big on perfectionism.
Okay.
But aside from, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching, guys.
All right.
Happy thoughts. If you're a praying type, say a prayer for Zack, for everybody, for yourself. Say a prayer for a positive mindset. Of course, it's good to feel things and know why you're feeling things, but stay positive. Happy thoughts. All right, we're out. All right, you guys, so we were so close. I'm recording this the next day, the next morning. So just wanted to update you guys as to what happened at the hospital. So we got there, we waited in the lobby for about 30 minutes, and then they called him. So he was back there in the back speaking with a medical professional for about another 30 minutes, and I was still waiting in the lobby. After he was back there for a bit, he came out and he raised up his supplies. They gave him wound care supplies and a script for antibiotics. So as soon as the doors open, I see him wheel out, puts his arms up with the supplies and the script. He says, "Treat and street." I knew exactly what he was talking about. So it basically means they'll go to the hospital, they'll treat him for a little something, and then discharge him, you know. But treat and street, first thing he says. So we talk for a little bit. He said he is gonna get his script and then hopefully go to, he had a couple places in mind, you know. He sounded pretty certain that he was done with the streets, didn't want to stay in the streets, as you've heard in the video, in the interview. So that's where we're at with that. I told him if he gets checked in somewhere to rehab or nursing home, to give me a call. So I'll keep you guys posted. If I don't hear anything within the next few days or something, you know, I'll just I'll head back out there and see if we can find him. Make sure he's okay. So just wanted to update you guys as to what happened yesterday at the hospital. Thank you for watching. It's a long video. If you got through it, I appreciate it. And catch you on the next one.